Hi everyone, and welcome to my podcast. This is episode number 10, and today with me there is Tom. Tom is a content creator that I truly believe he deserves more followers that he has right now. And he shared yesterday really amazing advice, amazing tips, and amazing insight. You can take value from it. Hope you enjoy it.
I like it. Yeah, so I lead creative content strategy for Margaritaville and Margaritaville Resorts, which is it's a $1 billion licensing brand. It's a lifestyle and hospitality brand.
Mhm.
So it's a pretty wild job.
And how did you get this job?
I got the job. I was for a couple years I was shooting. I was filming silly music videos. I was making these parody songs, these funny songs that I thought were funny, and it caught the attention of this brand, and I developed a relationship with them, and did one-off projects with them over the years, and then eventually they just kind of brought me on full time. And yeah, so it was, the way they met me, I was like running around on a beach with my shirt off, just like acting like a fool. And
So let me recap. So you start making content for them, funny, or you were doing like other content funny for other content creators, like other
yeah,
side?
so I was making it for myself. I created a music group called Haha Yo, and we were making funny songs. And at that time, it was just about that brand. And then this company saw it, and some other companies, and they said, "Hey, we want that type of content. It's a lot of fun. It's silly. You're not taking yourselves too seriously, and brands like humor." So I started consulting, doing one-off projects with them. Like I was doing vlogs, little minor stuff, and then
I've seen.
Continued to build a relationship. And then it wasn't really something that I was looking for. It just kind of happened to really work out. I mean, I wanted to work with them in like a more official way, so I would send them like random ideas. James Altucher talks about building your idea muscle and writing down 10 ideas.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love him.
So I would write down ideas every single morning for these companies that I thought would be really fun to collaborate with, and I would just send them ideas, and they were like, "Yeah, let's do it."
But Tom, the first question, one of the most important questions: did you have an experience before doing that?
Yeah. So before that, I'm not really, not really. I went to school for health and phys ed. I went to school to be a teacher, and then in college, I met a friend that was an artist. His name's Asher Roth, and him and I started working together. I became his creative partner, writing, helping with ideas throughout the first couple years of his career. And because of that, I got to live vicariously through someone else that was making stuff, but some of my ideas were being picked up and put into action. So it gave me the confidence to do it on my own.
Wow. So
wait, let's do it.
So I know it's funny.
I love it, man. I love it. It hooks you in.
It hooks you in, and honestly, maybe you don't know about my story, but 4 years ago I used to live in Italy. Then I moved in UK. I was able then to understand English, and I basically find out about Gary Vee, and I found out that social media was my passion.
All right, I like it.
Yeah, because before that I was like my Instagram was private. I didn't want to share anything with anyone, and then so I started to play on Instagram, but didn't get a lot of attention. So I changed to TikTok. I spent 1 year on TikTok making content, and I had 196 followers. Imagine 400 videos without no attention. I was beat myself up because I was saying, yeah, there is something that you don't do right, something you do a mistake, you are something. I was complaining to myself, but at the same time, I was making content.
Yep.
Dwelling. Anyway, 1st of April, I decided to change something completely. I said, I want to do something different. I've done this. 2 million.6 my video reached. So at that point, basically.
I love it, man. It's that consistency, man, over time.
Exactly.
a lot of people quit before that point, but yeah, it's amazing to see that just play out in action.
But you know what very excite me, and maybe it's not my case, but when I see content creator like you, that then I know that in some way they just need more time to grow.
Hmm.
I can see that. I feel it for you when I check out your content. I don't know if you remember, but I left a comment and I said, "Keep going. You're gonna pop up soon, man."
Yep.
Now you have like 900 followers right now.
Yep.
Keep going because it's coming. It's coming. It's not the time right now. Maybe a couple of videos and you can pop easily, but
Yeah.
you can. I can feel it. I can feel it. So I said I want to reach you out because it's interesting to share stuff. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I appreciate that, and it's funny. The account it's only like 3 months old, so there's only like 23, 24 videos up, and yeah, it's really became like a side, like a of all these years working with the artist, working as a creator, working for brands. I was like, all right, I have a lot of insights that I'm like kind of passionate about. My wife is sick of me telling her about these ideas, so I was like, I'm just gonna start yelling them at the camera, and like in my day job too, I do a lot of on camera stuff. I do a lot of writing. I do a lot of creating. But like this, it's nice to have something that uh, I can put my ideas into, that I'm the decision maker. So I get to decide what it is, where it's going, when it's going, and like having that accountability of like start to finish on an idea, I think makes you a better all around creator for your employer and for your side passions. And I don't know, I just feel like more creatively fulfilled by creating through this format.
I have one question because I feel like sometime. Mm, okay, the funny question will be, how do you think is a good content? How do you think, like when you produce a video, so you
Hmm.
spend, I believe, a lot of hour editing, planning, writing the script, then you will talk me through that. But
Yep.
how do you say, yeah, you know what, this video might be fine, or it's fine?
I think in the past, I would have sent like, when I was making the music videos, I would come up with an idea and I'd like send the idea to like 10 friends. And then I'd be like, is this good? Is this good? What do you think? What do you think?
Exactly.
And then I make it and like I'd send it to them again. Hey, is this good? Is this good? But now I feel like I
Me too.
understand the long game so much better, that I'm like, all right, if I care about it, and if I would have a conversation with one person about this topic, if I'm on a phone or at a coffee shop and like saw a like-minded person is there, and I would want to share this insight to one person, then for me that counts as a something that is worth making, because yeah, like if I'm passionate about it and I think that one person would be interested, then I share it, because I feel like that's a good meeting ground of like, all right, my interest and then maybe someone else's interest. And some of them flop, but I mean, on the Instagram account, it's getting crazy engagement. Like every video, like it's averaging, I think, 12,000 views a video, and I don't even have 1,000 followers.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, and the engagement rates at like I mean, again, I'm just like having fun with it, and like there's like some influencer creators that are following the account too. So it's nice when they send love. And I'm starting a podcast, bro. I'm gonna start making the extended version of those shorts and have conversations with the creators.
It's interesting, man. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, this is why I started the podcast, because like you guys, you content creator, it's a fun, man, to share the same passion
Yep.
and have the same struggle, because I think all of us, we struggle with something. We struggle with insecurities. We don't know if our content will perform. We don't know if sharing our feeling will be good. So I think all these insecurities, in some way, sharing all these insecurities between all of us, because in some way push us to do more. I feel it.
Yeah, and you're I mean, you're a good interviewer. I like it, man. We're it's casual, get right into the flow. It's like it's a real skill to be able to jump into a conversation with someone that you've never met and just have it be casual and just, yeah, just comfy.
Exactly. No, I don't know. Maybe because I've done like real estate, so a little bit of sale, and I don't know. I think because it's passion. I'm driven by passion. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Let me pull up a couple of questions. So, when did you start to make content, Tom? Specifically.
I started a while ago. So I started in like 2000 and probably 7, believe it or not. And
Wow.
that's when it was a hobby for me. And I bought a camera with a flip out lens, and I started filming my friend who was the rapper, and just like our adventures, driving the shows, rapping in the basement, just little behind the scenes stuff that I was just like, this is exciting to me. And I made one video called boogieing up and down the East Coast, because we were driving up and down the East Coast, like going to like meeting with people, and it got like 400 views on Facebook, and I was like thrilled. And just like the feedback of people, I started to, in hindsight, like I started to feel the effect of like, oh, you can create one thing and it can affect a lot of people at once
Mm.
using this crazy world of digital media. So like I was kind of hooked from there, and just started continued to explore. I wouldn't even say I took it entirely seriously until like a year ago. Like I've just been like experimenting and having fun. But like now I'm like, okay, let's focus. Let's focus on one thing. I get excited and do a lot of ideas, but right now I'm having a lot of fun with the day job, and then just focusing on this one thing in the side passion.
That's cool, man. It's cool. Even because I did check you. I was checking you before, like this interview, and I couldn't find you on YouTube. So I said, because I can't. I can't remember if I watch you. I watch a video that you have done on Vimeo,
Yep.
which is very cool when you talk to
Yep.
like who you are and stuff. Good
Yeah.
job, great is great. So I thought, I don't know, strange that is not that video is not as well on YouTube. It's wow.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
should upload it, man. I don't know if you
Yeah,
did.
well, it is. So my old account was called Boydercam, and that was the account that
Exactly.
I
Okay.
started the YouTube channel, and my moniker in the music industry was Boyder. And I was like sort of just like that brand. And then more recently I was talking to a creator friend, and he was like, yo, you like it's time to start fresh, start fresh. And I was like, yeah, I agreed. I was like, I want to like go under my own name and start putting more like educational slash entertaining content out. And but the old brand was built around the funny silly music stuff, so it's a whole different type of audience. But also a lot of that content was just like, there was a lot of other people in it that now have like full-time jobs and like just different industries, and like they've wanted me to pull some of the videos down, because like I mean all the videos were like light and fun, but it might not look the
Okay.
best to their employers. So so that's why I just don't promote that stuff, because it doesn't really serve me right now. And I'm excited about like the current stuff that I'm working on. So I do have a YouTube channel. If you look up Tom Boyd on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you the link so you can see it.
Okay.
So
Because I
yeah,
because
go
I
ahead.
think you have like I would say a little bit a long road. I think because when I was searching about your exactly name is also I don't know, a football player.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So it
yeah,
will be a little bit hard for you to rank in the search. But
yeah.
keep
Yeah, yeah.
going,
No,
keep
no,
going.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get him. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm coming for him. I'm coming for him. You better watch out. Yeah, that's
um,
funny.
it's funny, man. So, which kind of content are you producing right now?
Right now,
Educational, yeah.
right now, I'm focusing on the short form videos on the bonus footage Instagram. And I believe that short form is a really great place to start out. I was experimenting with YouTube last year, and I was putting like, in order to grow on YouTube, you gotta make like 8 minute long videos. You got to spend a lot of time to make a high quality video. And my thinking is, it's very rare that I will land on a video that's 8 minutes long with someone that I don't know. It's someone that I don't already trust. That's 8 minutes of my time where I gotta trust you to tell a great
Exactly.
story. But the shorts, 30 seconds, I'll be more lenient with the time that I'll
Mm.
offer a new personality. So I realized, okay, this is sort of my way in. And also, I got like a hype personality, and I don't even know if people could take 8 minutes of me shouting at the camera. So, so, I think it's like it's conducive to like my style of teaching, and also the way people are consuming content on the internet right now. So yeah, I've been doing these short form, insightful little videos, clips for Instagram, and I've been writing them and kind of
Wow.
producing them from scratch. I'll write them, I'll script it, and then
Yeah.
I'll say to the camera. And then recently, I started experimenting, just riffing off top. And I was like, all right, I'm going to experiment. Let's see what happens if I don't script it. If I just like go from the heart.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
the most recent video that I did about perfectionism, that was just like ideas off the top. And it has more views than my last three that I scripted. I'm like, all right, why am I wasting so much time scripting everything?
Maybe because people, I don't know. I always think that authenticity can
Yeah.
help you a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
they connect it. They connect
yeah.
immediately.
And actually, was talking with this with my friend. I don't honestly. I don't feel like that I'm able to share my feelings on social media. I don't want to do that. Okay,
Mhm.
but when I seen people on TikTok doing that, in some way, I really admire them because think about it. Like if you have insecurities, okay, and if you share all out, you're free, man. You can do whatever you want. If you can say like, yeah,
You're right. You're untouchable. I agree with that. I'm trying to get better at doing that. Just kind of keeping it real. I mean, even in that video, if you see that video, I just woke up. I was like, my hair was like wild, and I was like, no. The point of this video is talking about not being a perfectionist. I was like,
exactly.
I'm just gonna do it off the cuff, and like that big. There's a big personality. Brittany Elena. She's like a personality in like the NBA basketball world.
Yeah.
She's like a commentator, like a host,
Okay.
or I don't know,
Okay.
influencer or something. And she shared it. I was like, how the heck did she see this? And I was like, man, why couldn't she share something where my hair is looking a little better? Like,
But even if think about it. Even like can I remember now? Will Smith. He shared his body even if he was a little bit
yeah,
overweight.
yeah. So yeah, that is like the prime example, and I think he's like the goat creator of like our. I mean, like he yeah, just the way that he shares online is so incredible. And I love that he's totally transitioned and switched to like being a digital creator, like
Me too.
almost first before movies. Uh,
Exactly. And
yeah, man. So it's a lot of fun. I get to meet, fun people like you, and it's just really, really having a blast with it, man. What would you say I could do to, if you were to give one suggestion that you've learned from growing your TikTok on like how to, get my content seen by more people, something besides just post more? What would you say? Any tactic?
hook, initial hook,
Yep. The first
because
5 seconds.
the first 5 seconds are so much important because you are competing with a lot of like imagine a lot of people that are scrolling every day, every
Yep.
second. So in some way you need to stop them. And don't do I hate when people say stop. No, don't do that. Don't say stop
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I was
yeah.
watching a TikTok about
It
this
feels like a
girl.
solicitor.
Yeah, there is a TikTok. She said every time I see a video that says stop, I scroll straight away.
True.
No,
It's very true. It's very true. You
you
gotta like
shouldn't force people. You shouldn't force people.
yeah. I agree, man. I agree.
Like,
I like that. I like that. Focus on the hook.
yeah, maybe I don't know. With a sentence, very controversial sentence, you can start with, and
Yeah.
then like
What about overall timing of the TikTok or short? Like 15 seconds, 30 seconds, any
I
sweet spot?
no, bro, no, because I think if the content is interesting, it doesn't matter if it's
Doesn't yeah.
15, 20, like the video that I went viral with was 59 seconds.
59?
Yeah, so that
Got it.
doesn't, yeah. So this doesn't mean that actually another good platform right now is YouTube Short.
Yep. Have you been posting?
Yeah, I've been posting. I didn't get a lot of attention, but just before having a call with you, there was a guy, I can't remember now his name. I was watching this YouTube channel, and he recommended to do 15 seconds because YouTube is promoting only 15
Yeah.
seconds.
Got it.
You can do more,
Got
but
it. Yeah, yeah. Cool.
so please talk me through the process of you making content or a piece of content, for instance.
Yeah. So right now I have just a Notion. I have a ongoing list in Notion of ideas,
Okay.
and I wake up and I usually like drink my coffee and I go to those ideas. So I come up with the ideas throughout the week, listening to a podcast, shooting hoops. I'll just think of an idea. Oh, I gotta say this, or conversations. A lot of ideas come from conversations.
Hmm.
I say something and a friend's like, tell me more about that. And like, I'm like, okay, there's a subject there. And then I just put that into my Notion doc. And then when I'm in writing mode in the morning, probably like a couple days a week, like I would love to do every day a week, but um, I don't, but like, I'll just write out the idea and I'll write it out. I'll write about like 100 words, and then I
Wow.
cut it down to about 75 words. Um, like in the editing process. Then on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, I look at the ones I wrote during the week and I put my camera vertical and I record 6 or 7 videos at a time. So yeah, I really only record like one day a month, and and then randomly, like when I have time, I want to be more consistent about like when I edit, and eventually I
Mhm.
want to be able to hire an editor so I can just crank these out, because that's the only thing that slows me down. But I mean, even though it's not edited that much, like I do think it's important to put the text on the screen the way that I do. I kind of I bop it around. It's not just like,
Yes,
I feel like if everyone's doing text the same way, all right, I'm going to do it slightly different so people
exactly.
get like a little different feel for my brand. So that's important. So yeah, I filmed them one day, and then I'll edit the next couple weeks. Like, all right, I want to post one today. I put a little edit on it. I wake up in the morning, and then I put an edit on it, and then I post it. I post it to TikTok, and I post it to Instagram Shorts, and they get a lot of shares. People, that's how it's getting so many views right now. People share them, and the reason people share them, I believe, is when someone shares something, it's to show the world
Mm.
their way of thinking. They want to show, it's like status signal, or no, virtue signaling, like, oh, this is how I feel about creativity, and like, this is the tribe I'm in, this is my way of thinking, I subscribe to. You should subscribe to it too. So I try
Mm.
to resonate with people in a way that's like, will make them feel like proud to share it. Like, oh yeah, like that's why people share memes. Like, I think this is funny, this
Mm.
is my brand of humor, I want to tell the
Mm.
world my brand of humor.
I
So,
agree.
I mean that's the overall thing, and then I have a lot of longer concepts. That's why I'm building the podcast, and I love interviewing people. So I'm gonna start interviewing people, but that too, I'm gonna batch the episodes. I'm gonna try to do. I'm working with an editor. I'm gonna try to film like 3 to 4 episodes a week and just be good for the month, because it's like, it's hard to maintain, man. It's hard to maintain setting up the interviews every single week. Edit. Do you edit the podcast yourself?
Yeah, I do
Yeah, yeah.
everything. Yeah, I do. I edit the
Uh,
video. I share as a mini clip. I share
Yep.
as the podcast. But I understand, Tom. I think if you want to scale it, if you want to do like something amazing, extra hand is super useful.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. So I'm lucky. I got a guy that
Exactly.
yeah, he produces a podcast. So is there any questions about the process there? You know what I'll do? The one thing I'll let you know is when I actually film. Before I film, I'll read the script of the short. So I don't know if you see the videos, but it looks like I like what I'm saying comes from the soul, right? It comes from like my gut. Like, it's like, oh, that guy, Yeah, but like what happens is I write the script and then I record it into my voice notes, and then I'll go for a
Ah,
walk and I'll listen to the script in my ear. So I'll
wow.
hear my tone, my voice inflection, and I'll notice parts where I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound as bold there. This sounds a little like I did like an uptick at the end there, where I'm like, it like sounds like a question. It doesn't really sound that like strong and bold of a statement. So I'll listen to how I sound it, but how it sounds to like to work on my delivery on it. But then also I'll internalize it then. So then I'll memorize it really easily, and then I'm able to just say it to the camera. So it works to like, yeah, just become better at delivering it and also just memorizing it so it seems more natural on camera.
What do you shoot with? Do you shoot with your phone or with your camera?
I shoot with an A7S II, and sometimes it's funny. Like sometimes it's a good camera. Sometimes I'm curious if I should try more with the iPhone because I know that that's like actually an advantage. Like sometimes when you shoot with too polished of a video, it feels like it's too produced. Like there's like a bit of a disconnect. But when you have the iPhone, it feels like, oh, it's my friend FaceTiming me.
Mm.
What's up?
I don't know. I think is both of them is like I would say both is fine.
However you
Yeah,
spin it. Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
I do.
I'm so impressed by when I see someone like just talking to a camera, selfie style, very minimal editing, and like I look at their
Exactly,
account and they have hundreds of thousands. That's impressive to me. Like this guy's just talking off the top or gal, and they're creating this huge community just with their like talking to a homie. It's so fun.
exactly. Because one of the things that Gary Vee said is about the content, not about lighting, not about your microphone. Obviously, he's
Yeah.
he's another man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
He's like
yeah.
from another
He
planet.
is. He is. It's funny. Like I agree with him, and I also disagree. Like came. Like I get it. I get it. I get it. And his comeback will be he did that for Wine Library. He shot it, and like
Yeah,
everything was extremely poor quality. And that was at a time when like
exactly.
the bar was pretty low though. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. It's true.
And now he walks around with like a team of five guys and knows that he's a multimillionaire. Yeah, when you have that, well, that's the one thing. When you like it's funny. I posted a video and I secretly got insecure about it because it was on my iPhone. And then it was on my grid and then I pulled it off the grid. So it's just an IGTV. And then someone DM'd me, was like, yo, where'd that video go? I was like, oh, it's still up. It's just not on the main grid. And he was like, it was my favorite video of yours. And I was just talking
Okay.
to the camera on the iPhone for like 4 minutes. He was like, that one made me actually start filming myself. Like that was the one that like actually inspired me to do it. And I was like, oh man. So I don't know. I think Gary's right, but it's a fine line between like, all right, if you can hear it, like if the quality pulls from the experience of the viewer, like so I think you need to be able to hear the person or at least read what is being said.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
if that's not there, like it's hard to make an impactful story. So I think audio is extremely important. So just don't be like filming with like someone like weed whacking next door or or like
But
you know.
you know what? As sometimes as a content creator, you are insecure and you don't know if it's the right content, if it's fine or not. But it's strange to me. But it's all about. Um, I mean, let me rephrase that. You don't know what the markets want, the market.
Yo,
So
you're so right.
you don't know if maybe you're overthinking. So you're overthinking. Maybe this content you say no, it's not good. No, I shouldn't post it. And then instead you post it and hit. But because you don't know what the markets want, but it's strange. It's so hard to
Yeah,
predict.
yeah. It's so hard. And honestly, like it's a kind of a cliche at this point, but it's a numbers game. You just gotta say, hey, all right, I'm gonna make 100 videos, and that's the way I see it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna create a catalog of 100 videos, and then I'll decide the next move. And then I break that 100 down into 10 videos. All right, I'm gonna make a series. Like in my head, like I don't say that to the world, but like, all right, all I gotta do is focus on the 10 videos in front of me, make them as best as possible. And then for each video, you make that video for one person. Just think of one person. If you think of Drake's best songs, he makes those songs to one person. He made back to back to Meek Mill, right? He made
Exactly.
he made
Exactly.
like he makes his love song to one person. But because of that focus of one person, you get very detailed and articulate about the emotion and the messaging you're trying to convey. So you pick one person, and in that message you're conveying, other people are going to relate to it because it's just the way people work. People share emotions, right? So if you're communicating that one thing to one person, other people will probably resonate. And the other one is one step ahead. If you're one step ahead of that person, right, in the world of teaching online, all you got to do is know one thing. Like if I read one blog post that I feel like someone could know, I'm technically one step ahead. That's all. I don't need to be a professional. I don't need to be a multi-mega billionaire to be able to share ideas that can help people.
Exactly.
And I think that's what slows people down a lot. You could be a baseball trainer in college teaching high schoolers how to play. You don't need to be I'm trying to think of Sammy Sosa to be able to teach people how to play baseball. And honestly, he's probably worse to teach baseball because he's so disconnected from what it takes to be a starter. So in my argument, one step ahead is better than being a pro because you're more attuned to what that person needs that's right behind you. So I don't know. I go on little rants. I
Yeah.
hope you're cool with that.
No, absolutely cool. But it's a couple of days that I've been thinking about this, and please let me know your opinion and experience. Not anything that can relate with. Sometime when like I remember that when I didn't have a lot of followers, I always thinking, "But am I so bad?" Because no, but let me rephrase that. Because when you see content creators that don't have enough followers, in your mind, by watching the followers, you will assume that this guy is not good.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you agree with this?
There is a psychological effect
Exactly.
that
Oh,
is just there, and that's just the way that it is. But I'll tell you the beauty. I'll tell you the
okay.
beauty of this. When I was creating on bonus footage and it had 14 followers, it was the same content that I'm creating now that like now has 10x that amount of followers. It's the same thing but I just have more. And the difference for me is when I had 14, I felt like I could take more risks. I was like, oh, no one's watching it. So I can be free as I want to be. But now that there's more eyeballs, even though it's only 1,000, that's still 1,000 people, whatever, right?
Exactly.
But it's still, I'm like, oh, there's more eyeballs. So now I find myself overthinking it. So there is a bit of an advantage of not having a lot of followers because
Exactly.
that is the perfect time to experiment, to throw spaghetti at the wall, see what sticks, see what you want to post, and also
Exactly.
see what the world's resonating with. And it's also, remember this, every piece of content is one share away. There's a piece of content that like I remember it was just dwindling along, a couple views, and then a notable creator shared it, and then all of a sudden big accounts started picking it up. Same piece of content that had the small amount of views, it didn't change the value. Just one lucky thing happened, and now does that make me a better person or creator? No, because I don't put my I don't I put my I my self-confidence is directly attached to the process, not the outcome. The outcome is a good place to direct your energy and just to have a focus and direction that you want to go, but that's not where I uh, that's not where I develop my self confidence from. I say, did I do it? Did I do it the best I could? And did I put my heart into it? Boom.
But
That's
I agree with you. I couldn't agree more. On my journey initially, I was sharing everything. I was sharing everything.
yep.
I couldn't care more if when I had less followers, and then now I'll start to in some way produce quality content as much as I can.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
Yeah. How do you deal with haters? How do you deal with people writing negative comments? Because there's some trolls on TikTok, man. They come out of the woodworks.
um, honestly, I tried like sometimes to reply and asking their opinion,
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's hard. Like Gary Vee sometimes says you have to in some way put in their position, and it's so true. You need to be empathetic.
yeah, yeah,
But I don't know if you haven't like you probably haven't listened my previous guest, but I did ask this question to them, my previous guest, and most of them. And what is funny is everyone approached differently. Like there is a girl at an interview. She said she's deleted. She's gonna delete them because she said this is my page. I produce content for you. If you give me negative, I'm gonna delete it. I can
yeah.
decide. It's my content.
I respect
Instead,
that. I
yeah.
respect that.
Instead,
Yeah,
I had another girl, and she said, I reply funny in a funny way to be
yeah, yeah,
sarcastic or
yeah. That's the angle I've been going. Like people will say smart ass comments, and they're usually right. Like it's their opinion, so they are right. Like whatever. But my thing is like, yo, if you're in this situation where you're taking time out of your day to write on my post, like what could you have done with that energy? And if they're doing it to, if they're doing it to me, they could have done that. They're probably doing it 25 more times that day.
it's
And like
true.
that adds up. Like, yo, you could have created your own account. And it's usually the people that don't have the guts to do it themselves that are
They
doing
don't
that.
post.
Yeah. Like you never really see someone that is like
Exactly.
popping off, taking the time to like hate on some dude that's trying to start, like what a goon.
But remember the secret that TikTok doesn't share it. Negative comments boost your engagement,
Yep. I know
boost
that.
your
They do.
post.
They do. So bring them on. Like, talk about
Exactly.
it. Let's go. Yeah.
So,
What else? What else you got here? What's the next subject?
okay. Why did you decide to produce content on TikTok specifically?
um. Well, that's also a great question. My thinking is, all right, because I have a full time job.
Yeah.
I wanted to. Well, I mean, it goes along with like what I was saying about why I'm creating just the short form because every social media platform is optimizing for short form. TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Snapchat, Reels. It's like all the same format.
Hmm.
And so my thing is like, all right, I could make one piece of content for it. Like I make it for Reels first, and then I take it from Reels and I put it on the other accounts just to throw it up, right? Because TikTok is an amazing thing, the way that it's able to get yourself in front of new people, and so yeah, that's really the only reason why. It's just because I'm making them for reels, and they automatically fit on TikTok, so
Mm.
they work there. But the funny thing is, my TikTok just started getting more followers than my Instagram, so I might have to focus on TikTok now.
Because TikTok has more organic reach, there is more chance to grow.
Yeah, yeah. I find that there's more, I guess, uh, established creators and like quality of like or like uh, 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 there's more established creators that are following me on Instagram, right? There's a lot of the TikTok is awesome, but like I feel like the quality of view on TikTok isn't as strong as the quality of view on Instagram. I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but I feel like I don't know. I might be talking out my butt on that one.
No, no, no. Go
Like
ahead.
I almost feel like I
Go ahead. Go, go.
from what I can tell is like if I were to build a business around this, I feel like my gut would say that Instagram engagement would lead to more business than TikTok engagement.
Hmm.
I might be wrong. I might be totally wrong. But I don't know why I went down that rabbit hole. I kind of
It's
hated on
fine.
TikTok at the beginning, and because I'm making the short videos, I posted it up, and like obviously you get one that like gets like 12,000 views. You're like, oh, it's working, and then I just wanted to do it more. But yeah, I also think there's a lot of brilliant, underrated TikTok creators. Like
Exactly.
the more I get into it, and the more you kind of design your for you page based
Hmm.
around your likes and interests,
Exactly.
there's so many people. Like someone will drop like a really great one liner that'll just like open up my eyes and like make me go like, yo, like what's going on here? And I'm like, that is so fascinating that, look at us. We're across the world connecting because of these short form videos that we're making. No one
Exactly.
can tell me that that's not a good thing.
Exactly.
Like,
I can agree more, and I think the algorithm works really well because it's in some way is like it's showing you content that in some way you're related to or you
yeah.
like it. Yeah, I think
Are,
it's
are,
yeah.
have you been able to monetize your account?
Yes, I mean monetized. I mean you get a certain amount by views, which is
Oh,
not
really?
a lot. Which is not a lot,
W-
but I don't
What
know
about
specifically
what
how
about
much is.
brand deals?
You know what? Not yet. I haven't got any.
Has anyone
Any.
re- has anyone reached out, or are you just trying to not do it right now?
I will say first of all, to be completely honest, I didn't have any promotion. Like no one sent me anything. But
Yeah,
at the same time, I don't want to do it in
yeah,
case I have. I just want to be. If I do it, I want to do for something that in some way produce value for. For
yep,
instance,
yeah.
for
It's got to
instance,
make sense.
yeah.
Yeah,
For instance, if there is an app that is so cool that help you content creator and me to add subtitle and is very cool, that case will make sense for me.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
something that bring value and is like relatable to all my account.
Got it. Cool. Yeah,
This is
yeah.
my well,
No, no, no. Yeah, it's curious. Like, I'm always curious about it. Like, um, yeah, I think the thing that I'm probably gonna get sponsors for is the podcast, and then keep the Instagram and the shorts ad free. So they're more like, pushing driving traffic back to the podcast, and then we'll get sponsorships there that are people that are like I believe are like would provide tremendous value to creators. It wouldn't be people that are like just throwing money. It would have to be fully aligned with what we're talking about.
mm, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And I think I don't know if you can agree with this, but one of the most important thing I've been realizing all my journey, and I have to improve by that, is by selling yourself. You need to sell yourself in some way.
Yeah, no, you do. You absolutely do. Um, yeah, yeah, and you gotta. There's moments where you have to do like shamelessly promote what you're working on,
Exactly.
and when I say shamelessly, the thing that makes that possible is if you truly believe in what it is that you're doing. So when I was doing the music video stuff, I didn't
Okay.
like it was fun and it was entertaining, but I didn't like truly believe in it. I didn't entirely want to like make that my whole thing. So like there was this like there was I always felt like this resistance to like actually fully promoting it. But now with the stuff that I'm doing, I've seen I coach creators one on one. I've consulted for multi platinum recording artists. I've
Yeah.
been in the rooms with some of the biggest artists in the world, and I've seen it myself. And like I know that my impact on people is is very often a positive one on the way that they approach their creative work. So I'm like, okay, I through this account I can just scale that impact that I'm bringing onto these one-on-one scenarios in creative teams or one-on-one with artists or creators, and that's what I'm doing. So I truly believe in it. So that's why I'm like, okay, the product works, like what I'm sharing works. So I don't care. Like if someone wants to unfollow me, that would be amazing because I don't want them. I don't want them messing up the algorithm. I want people that are there that are like fully engaged and say, "Yeah, I want more of that." I mean, yeah, it's all a game of just being consistent and putting like creating this identity, like or like identifying with the process of doing the thing. If we measure who we are based off of likes and views, it's so arbitrary sometimes. Like because someone shared it makes me a better person. Like that's not true. Like you're a better person from the jump, right? And
Mm,
and any share any exponential success from that video, that's just feedback. That's feedback. Okay, let's do some more of that. Let's do some more of
Exactly.
that, right?
I can't agree more.
it's,
Let me
it's like
check.
a science project, you're just like testing stuff, mixing things here and there, and seeing what works. But like when something doesn't work out, an experiment doesn't work out for a scientist, they don't like go home and wallow. They're like,
Exactly.
oh, cool, we learned that information. Let's keep it moving.
Can agree more. It's true, 100%. Which kind of difficulties, Tom, have you faced as a content creator?
Yeah. So over the years, I would say there was one, what random people on the internet would think about me. That's a big one that made me overthink a lot of the stuff that I was doing and made me lose traction on a lot of things that I worked on. The other one was just sheer understanding of like what the impact was that I wanted to give to the world. And it's you can only do that through experimentation and like putting stuff out and realizing that. So once I started like journaling, I read a lot of self-development books and just follow, like really trusting and believing in like the things that I had to share. It became a lot easier to me. But before that, I was like uh kind of distracted, going this way and that, just like following, oh, these people are doing this, now I'm going to do that. And I'd say so, like uh being or, or or being getting distracted in. And I think that distraction comes from not believing in yourself. So I think honestly,
Mm,
like that's the biggest obstacle, is finding that self-confidence from the jump. And it's easier said than done. But I
mm,
think, what I said is before, like focus one project at a time, on one person, one one step ahead, and one message. And if you do that over and over again, you start to see these little things that show up that you love to talk about, and people are resonating with. And then that confidence, like, little DMs, a comment like yours, you're like, okay, that's just feedback saying I'm in the right direction, keep going.
exactly.
But yeah, building that self-confidence, not caring, and not caring what people on the internet have to say about me. uh those are the two things that like I had to overcome to be able to create content consistently. It was
How,
never about it was never about the actual like tools to create.
how do you over,
We have all the tools.
how do you overcome them?
um Man, so the first one was like not caring what other people think. I think the truth is we're human, so we care what other people think.
Exactly.
I think it's valuing what other people think, and try and finding a way to understand. So this is the way I see it. If I walk into Target right now, right, and there's 100 people in the store, and I look around, I could say, yeah, there's a good chance that 30% of these people wouldn't like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like we're all from different walks of life.
it's
Not like
true.
me, but like maybe disagree with
Exactly.
my approach. And when we're putting stuff out on the internet, that 30% of people are out there, probably more. And sometimes some of them are going to have a bad day and they're going to say stuff. So I think, um, like having the idea that, all right, it's the comments aren't gonna go away. That's like the tax of the internet. And if you want to play in this game, you got to get taxed, right? And so
Exactly, it's
that's the
true.
way I saw it. And so it was creating this. I'm trying to say, like, valuing the goal over these 30% of people, valuing the people that I'm trying to impact, knowing that I'm doing a disservice to them if I'm not putting this stuff out, right?
It's
So
true.
I have to get taxed by the trolls on the internet that pop up and say, hey, by the
Exactly.
way, yeah. So Ramit Sethi said this. He said, don't wish for the comments to go away, wish for you to get stronger, wish for you to build stronger mental fortitude.
Interesting.
And I was like, wow, that was a moment where I was like, he's so right, because they're not going to go away.
Exactly.
So finding a way to embrace them and put more value in the service that you're providing to the people you're talking to, that would be one. because they're not going away. And if you don't like that, don't create content for the internet. Be someone
Exactly.
behind the scenes. Um, the other is the more you embrace that, the more you don't see them over time, right? Like at the like now when someone says it, I'm like, it's like, it's funny. At the beginning, I was like, it definitely hurt my feelings a little bit, but now it's
Me
like,
too.
you could say anything. My wife has probably already said meaner stuff to me. You know what I'm saying? So like, and she loves me, right? And like, uh, 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 I'm kidding. She wouldn't say mean stuff about me, but in her head, she probably would. Um, but the other one would be, what was the other one? The one was overcoming the confident and then finding self confidence. I think it's man.
This is a big topic,
It
Tom. It's a
is.
big
It is.
part.
I'm trying to think of like a one liner or something that could help people get in the right direction for it. I mean, the one thing that I think is important at the beginning is to f- follow your curiosity. Before you think about the brand, the business, everything, follow what you are truly curious about. Because that's what I've realized. Like when I was doing things out of the notion of, oh, this is going to get attention, this is going to get likes and shares, then I
Mhm.
was doing stuff that would make me feel insecure because I wasn't true to me. But if I follow my curiosity, if I follow my interest, then like that's true to me. So I can be confident about something that is true to me, right? Instead of just trying to like hack algorithms or get like do
Exactly.
stuff for like arbitrary numbers online and focusing on the attention, more focusing on the impact. Because if you focus on the impact, then like everything else washes away, and you're able to focus on the process of doing it because you know that the outcome is to make an impact. So that's what I would say. Find a way to like, even if you're in entertainment, right? I remember one of the first videos we made, someone said that made my day. And
Wow.
at the time it was like during the recession, and someone said that made my day. Like the power to make someone's day, that is a service. That is an impact that you're providing to the world, even if it's a comedy. And so I think find like I did like creating for that purpose instead of for the external validation would be, I think, a great way to start.
I couldn't agree more. It's true. I can agree more. Yeah, you need to find the purpose. It's true. Even to me, like when I share some of my video, one of the most things that in some way inspire me to keep going in the comments.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I've done one podcast with a guy that was so impressed by this video and reached me out and he said, "Let's do a chat. I want to talk about this stuff." And it's so cool that a single video can inspire people.
Right. And that's why you talk to one person, because you never know who's watching. You never know
Exactly.
if this is a tech billionaire that wants to invest in your brand, or you never know if this person is just like, someone that's like someone that is like looking for direction and they identify with your voice. Some people don't like Gary Vee, and
Mm,
so someone else could be saying the same thing in a different way that they resonate with. So your voice connects with a certain person, and my voice might connect with a different person. And so that's why I encourage people to. I was on a podcast the other day, and this
hmm
guy was talking about how he was talking to this woman on an airplane, and her husband's like in her 60s, and he developed a YouTube channel reviewing baseball bats.
Uh-huh.
And he like literally followed his curiosity in the process. Like, I'm just gonna do this, and now he's monetized it and been able to retire and only make this YouTube, like, that is accessible, right? Like it's wild. And like, who knows like what one video he saw to inspire him to do that. It was probably maybe a Gary Vee, maybe someone else's, but like,
Exactly.
but someone is watching, and like like your impact and is important, and people need to hear it.
But you know what? In some way, it's interesting connecting what you said initially, that you did this blog, this recording video by fun, we can say, right?
Yeah.
Without any intention. And then someone reach you out, say, "Yeah, can you do that for my brand?" This is beautiful. This is
Yep.
amazing.
Yeah. That is the whole notion of when I talked about building versus networking. It was something where I was building. I was just putting the ideas out there, and because putting them out there, it attracted like-minded people that said, "Hey, I would love for you to do that," or I know people that would really want that. And it started. I started to build like a creative team because they were saying like, "Oh, we want to be part of this project." And but if I was just sitting back trying to network, I wouldn't have attracted those people. But I was
No,
showing, right? It's the whole there's
exactly.
this adage that if your car is broken down on the side of the road and you're sitting there waving for, people aren't going to pull over. But if you
Mhm.
start pushing the car, whoa, if you start pushing the car,
Mhm.
then people start pulling over because they see you on the move, they see you building, they want to help.
Wow, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think Chris Rock said that, so you can't really quote me on that. But I think that's
Okay, but it's fine. It's cool.
I think that's a Chris Rock quote. But yeah,
But
man.
yeah, but how you say it, some way can relate in some people differently.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Um. So, what kind of advice would you give to a young content creator? They are in the process of starting or thinking to start.
This is what I would say. This is what I would say. I would say buy Stephen Pressfield's book, The War of Art, and then start a writing habit where you write one page of free consciousness thinking every single morning. And what that does is it helps you. Like, just write, just free write. Don't care what's going to happen. There's no result. Just write. And what that does every morning, it gets the funk out of your brain. It gets like the cobwebs, right? And it helps you to clarify what. There's a quote about writing that says, "Writing, I don't write what I think. I write to figure out what it is I think." And it's true. Like, once it's tangible and it's there, you can kind of shape it. It's like a puzzle for your ideas. So those would be the two places to start. Then when you start creating content, pick one person that you're creating content for. Pick one step ahead, right? Whether it's like something that you know that a year ago you didn't know, or a month ago, right? One step ahead that you can share with someone that you're one step ahead of, and pick one message that you want them to learn. That's it. It's very simple. And then repeat and throw spaghetti at the wall 100 times, see what sticks, and then based off of what sticks, double down. All right, that's it. That's a template.
It's true.
And put the blinders on. Don't.
Exactly.
I would say, and this is another one. Form a
Peace. Yeah.
friend group that is trying to do the same thing. You can't have a friend group that doesn't understand this world because they'll never get it. They'll say, "Oh, that's a cute little hobby. That's not a real thing." Like, you'll have friends that are like pretending to be supporters, but they're low key detractors because they want to do what you're doing, but they don't have the guts or courage to do it. So they'll say little things that just kind of like thwart you off of your path.
Exactly.
So find 3 to 5 people that will support you. You can find them online. You can find them in your certain friend groups. But if you have friends that are like kind of going the more conventional traditional route, that's totally cool. They're great friends, but surround yourself with people that want similar things as you, because you'll never be able to relate. I know for I like I mean, in my life, it's and in most people's lives, um, yeah, you gotta that support group of people going through similar obstacles of like, hey, is this consistent with you? Like, that is so important. And then people that want you to win and they're not competing with you.
It's true.
Yeah.
I can agree more. Instead, from my point of view, I remember when I was making content initially, my only friend was Gary Vee. We have this technology that I was watching his video, I was taking inspiration from him because none of my friends is making content. One is starting now, but when I
Probably
start,
because of you.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
That's it.
It's a circle, mate. Yeah,
That what you just said, I think, is why you and I do what we do. Knowing that when I just said, all right, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. The beauty is we get to spend time on podcasts. We get to spend time consuming digital content. And that's what we've done to someone like Gary V, that was that friend, as we were trying to form like more collaborative creative friend groups. And that's what we're trying to be with our content now. And we're not trying. I don't like the word trying. We are doing.
Exactly, it's true. I agree with you,
Yeah,
100%. What would you like that happen next? What would you like to happen next?
Let's see what happens next. You hear I like that. I like Drake. I like that's his new song.
Yeah, me too. Me too. What next?
Yeah. So the podcast. Uh,
Anything.
the
Anything.
no the podcast. I'm creating a podcast. It's called Creators Are Brands. It uncovers how storytellers are building brands online. And a podcast is going to be an uber success because I am so like it I'm just passionate about it, man. Like I love having these conversations, and because I'm able to work with an editor now, I can streamline my process, and I'm really excited for it. So go to bonus footage on Instagram, and that's going to be where I post all the clips. And the podcast will be called Creators Are Brands at creatorsarebrands.com. And then, I'm going to be working with startups, consulting with them on the products that they're creating for creators. I'm working on an ebook that helps people write and create short video content.
Interesting.
And then number 3 is I have an app idea that helps the creative process for creators. So we're cooking, man. We're cooking, and those are the items right now.
Great. Please, Tom, can you share with us your handle on TikTok and Instagram so people they can find you?
Yeah, on TikTok. Oh no, on Instagram, I'm bonus footage, and on TikTok, I'm Boyd Shorts. I don't know why I have different handles. It's the same content, but whatever. It's Boyd Shorts. We'll see. Well, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Guys, it was so great to chat, man. Excited to
Thank you so
continue to
much.
follow along, and I know that we'll find ways to collaborate in the future.
Exactly.
And continue to be creative comrades as we're building our creator journey here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Thank you so much.
See you, brother.
Bye bye.